Welcome back. At the end of March, a proposed mini casino for the Belmont racetrack in Nassau County was shelved, and instead 1,000 video slot games will be sent to the Aqueduct racetrack in Queens. In return, Aqueduct agreed to send more than $40 million of the extra money it will make to Nassau over the next 3 years, with some big payments to continue in the years afterward. But who exactly is going to get that money? Joining us now is Nassau legislator Carrie Solange, representing the Belmont area, where Nassau OTB had planned to put the mini casino at the Belmont racetrack. Welcome to the show.
Thank you.
Legislator Solange, you first raised the alarm bells about, where the Queens casino money will go. Explain the issue.
Well, I'm very happy to be here today. I've represented my community for the past 3 years, and a constant rumor or threat was the fact that OTB would like to construct a casino in our backyard. I represent Belmont, Valley Stream, North Woodmere, Inwood, Western Nassau County.
And the folks there opposed it, and they were successful in getting it packed off to Aqueduct.
Well, it was a very organized effort that involved many communities, many community leaders, and we were very effective in letting Albany know that we did not want a casino. And I'm very happy that Albany listened to our concerns, and we don't have a casino in our neighborhood. Going forward in the vision of Nassau County, we would like to see a county that does not have attractions like casinos that bring down the neighborhood. All studies show that casinos create crime, pollution, and other negative factors that bring down neighborhoods.
But I think you kind of settled that by getting it sent over to Aqueduct. The point is, now the money that was supposed to come to Nassau and that was ballyhooed as part of this deal that everybody was cheering about it not being in Nassau County, at least amongst the folks who opposed it like yourself, we're thinking this money is coming to help out the county. But where is this money headed?
Unfortunately, the revenue will not go directly to Nassau County. It will go directly to OTB. And as a county legislator, I want to make sure that county taxpayers receive a fair deal. The county is in a very difficult financial situation. We are on the brink of insolvency. This year, we've had over $250 million in deficit. Next year is skyrocketing to about $303 million, and the year after, about $500 million.
Clearly, the county needs the money, but to stick to the issue here, how much debt does Nassau OTB have?
To my understanding, Nassau OTB has about $12 million debt.
Now, there have been different numbers kicked around as to what the schedule would be, but it would add up to $43 million over 3 years was what was pledged. Now, you actually have to make that money. I think it was 9, 9, and 25, although I saw some other figures as well. But if Nassau OTB is in debt for $12 million and they get the money first, are they going to apply it to their debt first?
Yes, unfortunately, there is no debt cap as to where the revenue will go. Unfortunately, the county would only receive the revenue once their debt is paid. Now, I would like to see a deal in which, just like any county department, OTB, just like the Department of Public Works, if they have an increase in revenue, that is subject to transparency and that they have to report to the legislature. And should they have expenses, we would reimburse them for their expenses.
Well, I talked to the OTB folks, and they say they're still putting together their plan, their proposal that they're going to put before the State Racing Commission, which will ultimately, I guess, decide this, right? But if they're in debt to $12 million, it's potential that the first year and a half of this money would all go to solving that instead of a dime of it going to Nassau County. Is that possible?
That's possible, which is why I'm appealing to our state leaders. I'm just a county legislator. I'm not responsible for negotiating this deal. I am responsible for letting Albany know that we did not want a casino. But I would like to see a deal in which the county receives more revenue. I do not want to see taxpayers face the burden of paying more in tax money. Our residents, the constituents I represent, unfortunately, on average, pay well over anywhere between $9,000 to $12,000 in property taxes. We have
yeah, so it would be a burden. I would agree. But is this a bailout of Nassau OTB, and is that what was always planned? And how did OTB get into such debt in the first place?
Again, I did not negotiate this specific deal. Senator Jack Martins is responsible for negotiating this deal. You should ask that question to him. But in terms of the benefit, I'm very happy to say that for all of Nassau County, not just Belmont, but for all of Nassau County, we will not have a casino. And in addition, the county will receive revenue, which again, we are desperately in need of.
Well, you said you were in support of this deal when it first was announced. Are you changing your support now?
Well, I'm in support of this deal, but I am subject to there being legislative oversight. We cannot allow OTB to have a blank check and just spend the way they want. We deserve to have transparency. We deserve to have checks and balances on all the revenue that could go to benefit our residents. We have a bus system that's struggling, that needs more support from the county and the state, and unfortunately, we see revenue going elsewhere.
Well, there would have been more money coming to the county if they had put the slot games there. You're not getting the whole amount. Obviously, Aqueduct has to take a slice of it as well. And the plan always was that the Nassau OTB would be helped out in this. What does Nassau OTB do, for folks who are not familiar with it?
Well, per the county charter, OTB is responsible for generating a revenue. Unfortunately, for the past 5 years, it has not generating a revenue. OTB parlors operate gambling opportunities for those who support the horse racing industry, and it is unfortunately an industry that is losing revenue.
Yeah, there's a lot of competition now with all these other casinos that are open and even these slot games that we're talking about. Is there a need for Nassau OTB anymore, in your opinion?
Well, again, there are people there who work, who are residents of the county. I do not want to see people out of work. There is a need for OTB, but unfortunately, they're not subject to government oversight and transparency and accountability. And this is where, you know, I was opposed to the fact that OTB was planning to build a casino in a neighborhood and had no obligation whatsoever to report this to the local government, which is where I and community leaders organized and rallied and at least baited OTB to announce their plans, which they finally did in December of last year.
Well, now, if this goes forward where most of the money is going to Nassau OTB at first instead of the county to cure their debt, will you do anything to try to oppose it, and can you do anything to stop that?
Absolutely. I mean, the fact that our community leaders organized themselves and spoke loudly and clearly and had Albany listen to their concerns, I believe that there is hope, and I believe that there is an opportunity to refine this deal so that taxpayers in Nassau County receive the benefit.
Well, you know, county officials themselves, County Executive Mangano has said that he thinks that the county should get its share and he doesn't want to see too much go there. So I think you're not alone in raising this argument. Nassau legislator Carrie Szilagyi, thanks for explaining where things stand on this political roulette wheel that we see with the money for the mini casino.
Thank you.
Office